All right, I just need to get this off my chest, man, because I know I said a whole lot earlier in the group chat, even though I was really there to just drop by and send the link of the International Friendship Day, the edit that I made, which is super late, around this time from last year. So I finished that edit sometime last week, or more like earlier this week, and I just decided to share with all the guys in the Everyone group chat. So I believe most of them have already watched it. So it's I did my part there, and even having Mari just share to some of the other friends. So, and I know it's like super late. I know International Friendship Day is coming up. That's I think it's in August this year. It's in early August, and I think if I read correctly, it's on the 3rd. So that's a Sunday this year. So but in regards to what I said, like after that, I know I said a whole lot. Like I said, it was just like, and even to rest after that, like that's where it almost seemed like my own demons took over me. Sorry, I'm eating. It's almost like back to who I was before. Up until the infamous group text incident. That's where I felt like I was that far. And let's just be honest, I got irritated. Today it's just a lot of irritation. And look, it's not just today. It's hard for me to really suppress what I'm really feeling, just based on what I'm going through. And after that video that I made earlier this morning, when I left to go to my dump, it's I'm just really starting to feel more and more irritated, like I'm just really reaching a sad life. That my life is like hell right now. I hate to feel this way, but it almost just seems like I feel so held back. And I know what I said earlier directly to Russ. And, I made sure to not say anything that's very similar to the group text incident. Okay? Now, regarding the Nutbwallers, as what this topic is right now, I know I'm very well aware that if I said anything similar to the group text incident, this whole group is going to break up and everyone is going to be done with me. I hate to say it. Maybe except Russ, maybe except the boss, but everyone else, like Julio, Robbie, Dewey, they're all going to be done with me. I can see that happening if this repeats. And I told you, I've said it in one of my very old videos going back to March, when I talked about where I stand with my with my social life and my friend circle. I said it, and I'm still gonna stand by it. But unfortunately, as we almost reach the month of August, I still feel this much irritation, in that I just have to wonder when all of this is gonna stop. Like, I just wonder when all of this is just gonna slow down. That things are gonna ease up. It's still the summertime. This is usually my favorite time of the year. 4th of July. It's usually a holiday that I enjoy most. But unfortunately, this year I'm just seeing things different. Yeah, I got that 2-week big break, but is that really all I can ask for? That's not enough, man. At the end of the day, once it's over, it's not enough. And right now, I'm being faced with these bigger challenges ahead of me, and I gotta take that seriously. But in regards to this group, man, look, I'm apart from all of that said and all of that cursing about people on social media, this and that. Because I even asked Mario, like, if anyone has ever reacted, and she said no one has done. And look, I know I said crap to her too, like about former friends like Kriza and Angelique and all that, but it's just so much irritation. Like when you have a combination of just annoyance, like when you're feeling like you're in hell, like you're going through hell in your outside life, which is mine, and my work life, which is my work life. That's just a sign that you're like my life as of right now just really, really, really sucks. I hate to say it. I mean, say what you want about what I went through in 2019 with my nightmare chest issue. At least I still had a good life then. My 2019, after all that, despite a lot of what I've said and been irritated with, I know I said that year was kind of sucking. When I look back at it, I know that's about 6 years ago. It's actually much better. I'm gonna dare say like 10 times better than this year has ever seen for me. My 2019 is 10 times better than this year in general. I'm sorry. I did a whole lot more in 2019, especially in the 4th of July, this whole summer, despite that nightmare chest issue that I had like through all of August, than this year had. This year, I'm finding myself stuck in a situation that's really hard for me to get out of. And as of right now, it's I just really hate to say it might only get worse. For me, I'm looking at it from a life perspective. Remember, I'm not really going to go into so many personal details. I don't do that here, okay? I don't want all my friends to know every single personal detail that I make in regards to my outside life, okay? I can only go so far as my life like where my life is at, how I'm perceiving it from my end, and that's that, okay? So, and I'm still going to continue to be out of these group chats. I still am. Apart from everything else I said, that's a sign I've still got to continue to just leave them behind. Russ can continue to interact with them. I know I said a lot of crap earlier that I don't really mean. So it just goes to show you, it's like I'm like right back in that mode again. You know what I'm saying? I'm like right back in that mode. So you mean to tell me that for as long as I still have this life, the fact that I'm still working in the same dump with a bunch of BS and like with just a bunch of, especially when you have the same company president still there running and just seemingly not vibing with us like we want him to be. I know his son does a better job being approachable and being at times acting like a company president than he does. Let's just be honest about that. But am I really to believe, as I continue with this, with this kind of life, being in that dump, and with what I'm dealing with outside of that, am I really to believe that, that I'm gonna find other ways to supposedly better myself mentally? Hell, I might not be even physically in shape right now. I know I need more exercise than that, but it's going to take a lot of mental fortitude for me to even be motivated to better myself, both physically and mentally, But in the end, when I have two things, two situations that are just so very irritable that I like I can only control one of those situations, then, which is obviously my job situation, then yeah. I mean, there's no reason for me to go back into those group chats for as long as I still feel what I feel. And I said it, if I had a new job, you can all bets are off, man. That I'm gonna be my true self again. All bets are off. Okay? But for as long as I still have this, I don't know how I can still continue to be in there, especially with what I said earlier. I just wonder what those guys are thinking at this point. I mean, you would think all of them are waiting for me to say something very similar to the group text incident, just for this group to just end. And look, that's why I don't really want to interact with that. I even told Russ that I'm still not going to be in any of these group chats. He can continue to do that stuff, but it's like, if I were to say a lot of stuff in there just trying to show my joy, it's like I'm not going to get enough out of it. You know, I understand everybody's busy, like Carlos, Julio, Robbie, Dewey, most of those guys, even Ray, Neil. You know, it's like I'm not like this isn't 2013 on Facebook or Messenger where, you know, everyone was active. I remember the chats that we had with Robbie, Julio, myself, Russ, and Dewey. We were all active then. It's different now. I know I'm not the only one dealing with a lot of stuff. I know a couple of other guys too. Like, you know, it's just not the same right now. Okay. I mean, it's gonna take for me to feel like to have a new job, for me to really find myself back in a groove of the Nutbwallers. Even if it's like what it is, you know, then, you know, I'm still gonna find myself in that group. Yes, I'm still taking therapy. Yes, I'm doing my best to have a better understanding of it. But right now, I feel like the process is just so damn slow for me that I'm at the point where it's gonna take a long time before I can really better myself as a person. And for that to happen, it's gonna take more than just therapy to do it. It's gonna take more than just a suggested church retreat for me to better my life. I'm telling you right now. And I said it, and this is more of a fact that it's gonna take a new job, a new work environment, and me just eventually getting my own personal space to better my life. So all my surroundings can be full of joy and optimism, that I don't gotta worry about anything else. No stress vibes, no drama, no irritants. You know what I'm saying? None of that. Or at the very least, very minimalistic. But I have a whole bunch of that right now. I hate hearing what I'm hearing in my outside life, you know, especially with the discussions that I'm still hearing. And so right now, I still can't find myself still being in those group chats. Look, I can't say more than what I've already said. I can't say more than what I've already said in my older videos in regards to me just needing to improve my life with a new job, so that everybody, including Russ, Julio, Robbie, Carlos, Neil, Dewey, Abbas, all of them, for them to be proud of me and say, "Hey, you finally got a new job. I'm so happy for you." This and that. I really wanted that. It's why I wanted to stay out of the group chat, or just stay out of my friend circle until I can get the new job, so they can see the surprising change in me. But unfortunately, it has not really gone to that, and to this day. There's so many consequences if I come back, and they know it's like their chances are limited with me. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna. I said it like, yeah, they're still cool with me, but for how long? I can't continue to let this happen. Russ will forever accept me. A boss will forever accept me. Neil will forever accept me. Maybe Ray too. What about the rest of the guys? What about the rest of them? Dewey made it clear he's gonna give me one more chance after the group text incident. I had to convince Robbie after he told me, "Fuck your apology, lose my number, we're done, and go get help." And then we're good. And Julio too, like, seemingly that he was done with me. You know, I know that he questioned like why I'm talking bad about him. I know, even though it wasn't really just him, you know, it was at that point. So I know what I'm capable of. And even me just returning to those group chats, you know, it's not doing much for me other than for them to see the same thing that they've seen prior to the group text incident. I think, to me, where I stand with my mental health, it's worse than the chest issue that I had. I'm dead serious when I say this. It's worse than this chest issue that I had. You know, just for me to continue dealing with what I'm dealing with, that's already worse than what it was before. Even in 2019, when it was not really like this, you know. And I wish I could really say what I want to say, but I really can't. I really don't want to do it. You know, the people that are watching this video, you know, you're only going to have to live with what I've said, like, in regards to, you know, where I stand and, you know, my own life perception of it. I'm sorry. Like, it's, I mean, I'm at the point now where I really gotta do it. And I'm talking about really just trying super hard to gain my own space. I know that's not going to be the prettiest thing for, for my outside life, because I know I'm going to get the perception of, you know, just, you know, I'm trying to find the best way to say this to where, you know, I'm not trying to involve like a certain group of people, you know, like if I was to do this like right now, I know I'm going to be perceived as, you know, as somebody that just is just going to, like, you know, just not trusted anymore or something like that. Or, you know, to a point where, you know what, just, I'm going to be somebody that's going to try to, you know, is just already too stubborn to, and just trying to live, you know, having to separate myself and, like, you know, just so I can do it myself. And that's really what I want to do, you know. And I really, really, really want to get to that. It's been, how many years have I been dealing with the same cycle over and over? You know, it's just, it can't, this just cannot continue. And it cannot continue, you know, if I'm dealing with two things that are both very stressful. I mean, what more needs to be said other than what I'm supposed to do? And right now, I still gotta work on it. I mean, it's tough enough that I gotta take small steps to make it happen. I need a lot of patience if it's going to come to that point. Like I said, we're almost in the month of August, and I just cannot continue to see the same things happen, the same cycle over and over, that eventually, like what happened earlier with the group chat, like what happened earlier when I talked to Russ. I'm telling you, this is a huge warning sign. It's a huge warning sign for me. So I'm very well aware that I got so many red flags in front of me, because this may already signal that this life that I have, it's really only going to get worse. Way worse than the previous years. Way worse. I'm warning myself right now. It is going to get worse. Worse with my outside life, worse with my work life, worse for my own mental health, and worse for my friend circle. I hate to say it. The sun can be shining, the weather can be rainy. I can see thunder, I can see tornadoes, I can see snow, and I want to give 2 cents what the weather is for as long as I see this life continue to be what it is. So I know what I have to do, but it's gonna take plenty of guts to do so. It's gonna take plenty of guts to do so, because that is where I need to figure everything out. You know, this stage of my life, it's just, you know, it may just continue to get worse. All right. Yeah, man. I got to do it. All right. I'll talk to you guys later then. Peace.